See, this is a frustrating topic because, again, the narrative from the media and the Democrats is that Trump is somehow a bad guy in all of this. Trump warned, if you remember, in front of NATO, in front of Angela Merkel, in front of the UN, and the German delegation laughed in his face, and it became a running joke. He said if Germany and our allies get hooked on the Russian oil and gas, this is going to be a problem. And it was.
No, absolutely. It was as plain as day. But many of the political elite in Europe for many years bought into the notion that the more and more they tied their economies together, the less likely that there'd be a war, not realizing that if one of the sides is a bad actor that's intent on using that very economic reliance against them, that they're setting themselves up for a failure. The Chinese are playing the same game. But what's really galling about this is Putin wrote his master's degree thesis on this, and it actually was published in Russian for all to read back in the 90s and was somewhat a subject of study back in those days. So it's played out. I don't think Russia has that card anymore. And the key thing from the United States and the leaders in Europe is to make sure they don't forget that lesson going forward. If we really are to have a lasting peace and a new relationship, a positive one, hopefully, with Russia.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.